I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hollywood Hogwash. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with my brother Joe Pisano and Aaron Rosa. What's going on, guys? Last time we were here, we saw Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oof, right.
And we decided to come back with another banger of a movie. Just kidding. Joe made us watch Waterworld.
Joe,
look, it came up
yourself.
It came up in text messages. Oh God, come on! This was way more enjoyable than Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 2.
Disagree.
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat 2, I would say was better. I don't know about Mortal Kombat 1.
Stop! There's no way. Look, this didn't hold up like I remembered. I'll admit that. I really liked it when I watched it back in the day. I haven't seen it from start to finish in a long, long time.
Sure.
I think it has plenty of action. I kind of like Kevin Costner, but we did it because it was known for a long time and kind of still is as the biggest movie bust of all time.
Right.
At the time, it had the highest budget at $175 million. I think the only movie to pass it is Titanic. Well, now the Avengers movies are probably all like $200 million to make, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Titanic was like the first movie to pass it.
Well, how much did it make?
Like $250 worldwide. So technically, it made money, but
So
like,
it really
if you think about the
wasn't like a
marketing-
huge, like it wasn't as much of a flop as some movies like lately. Especially on today's podcast, we're going to talk about a huge movie that flopped. But yeah,
right.
Fucking Waterworld, man.
But still, that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of money, especially then. It's like when you're making a big action film and you want $175 million, that thing better make $400 million.
Right. You could tell, like, Kevin Costner, like, he hated this whole... You could just tell him, while, like, watching him in this movie, he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
I hate that I'm in this.
The U.S. gross was $88 million.
Okay.
But worldwide, I guess, was 264. So, but
Right.
again, when you count in marketing and all the other stuff, that's probably like...
I think it's more about just people hated it. Like, people just didn't like it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. I don't know. I mean, like, I think that's perfect. We'll get to ratings later. Because like Dennis Hopper was great in it.
There's so many slow parts.
Yeah.
Speaking of-
and the ending kind of stupid. The ending's really dumb.
It's really bad.
Speaking of, Dennis Hopper really made a career out of shit movies in the 90s between this and the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Well,
he
sure.
made some train wrecks.
You're
in
gonna
the
pick
90s.
those two, yes.
Rotten Tomatoes is a lot meaner. It's like a 47 critic score and a 43. Like, the audience hated it more.
Wow.
That's rare.
That is rare.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Yeah.
We'll break that down later. First, we have to thank some new patrons. So thank you to Nick Askew. Thank you to Queen Sheba, Christian Cheney, and Josh McConaughey.
Hey.
So wow.
Sure.
Brother?
Maybe.
Son?
Yeah.
Nice.
Go to patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. We just finished up season 4 of The Boys. We also just dropped our latest bracket, Best Dramatic Actor of All Time. 64 of the greatest actors. And we did a bracket. It was all 4 of us.
Dramatic actor.
It got very dramatic. It was like a 2-hour podcast. It got very heated.
Look,
and
don't do
a lot of fun to make.
Don't do a tournament bracket with an even number of people. The voting just doesn't quite work out.
Right. We're still trying to figure out how to break ties.
You were with Josh on most of them, I think. A lot of them.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there you go.
I sided
Proves our
with-
point, I think, right?
I sided with Josh more than I was comfortable with.
We all sided with Josh.
At least once.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was all
Right.
over the board for sure.
So yeah, go to patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. Go give it a try. Give it a try. You'll love
a
it.
shot.
Yeah, we have so many show recaps. We have other brackets. Hottest 90s Crush is a favorite. Best TV intro of all time. That one's really fun. Go check it out. All right, next up, we got to do the news and rumors, a.k.a. the Hollywood Hogwash. So Disney's D23 event was this past weekend.
Yeah. So like,
Came-
it's not Comic-Con. It's their... They have a whole thing.
Yeah.
Where was it?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Orlando?
That would make sense.
Yeah, maybe. That's not important, but yeah, it came with a bunch of trailers and announcements. They showed trailers for Mufasa, The Lion King, Snow White, because we need a 50th Snow White movie. We need that. We've got Agatha All Along, which is like, it's 3 years later. Does anyone care anymore?
I know.
Does anyone care?
What slowed it down? The strike or other things?
I guess the strike, but I mean, still, like,
I've heard production kind of has been dragging on that one.
yeah, I think there was like reshoots for that as well. And then also they showed a trailer for the Skeleton Crew, the latest Star Wars show. I didn't watch the trailer, but it stars what's his name?
I don't know.
You know, that guy.
Skeleton.
That guy.
The talented Mr. Ripley, not Matt Damon.
Oh.
No, the other one, the handsome guy.
Jude Law?
Jude Law.
Jude
Yeah.
Law is in a Star Wars show?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. But again, I'm done with Star Wars shows except for Andor. I
you
just
lost
can't.
me.
I can't do any more.
Yeah.
You know, Aaron will check it out because Aaron watches anything. You know, Aaron watched. What's the last one? Acolyte, or
I
what
wasn't
was it?
gonna watch Acolyte. I kind of subjected myself to it for the show.
That means you watched it.
Oof.
They also showed a CGI of Stitch for the upcoming live action Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, they've been asking for this for a while.
Right.
Didn't realize they actually did it.
I mean, this is really all Disney has now. It's let's just remake all of our popular cartoons as live action.
Right.
But Lilo's still a cartoon. I mean, it's CGI,
That's true.
but I guess the people will be real. Then they also announced Toy Story 5 for 2026, Frozen 3 for 2027,
What?
and Incredibles 3.
What?
So yeah.
They've had too many turds lately, so they're leaning back on.
Yeah, wasn't Toy Story 4 kind of
I mean, yeah, I don't care about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, Toy Story 5, it's going to be about like a bunch of evil Buzz Lightyears. I don't know if that was true or not. It's just
that'd be
something
fun.
I read.
Sure.
I think it's heard. It's going to be more about like kids are on electronics and tablets now, so not
they don't
playing,
wanna-
funny.
not playing with toys anymore.
Sure, of course. And The Incredibles 1 I loved. The Incredibles 2 was very
So long.
Yeah.
It was 2 hours, 15 minutes for a kid's movie? What the fuck?
Right.
My son fell asleep. He was a lot younger
the
then, but he
first
fell
one, though.
asleep in the theater.
First one's great.
Yeah. They also announced that Daredevil Born Again will debut in March of next year.
Okay.
We have already been, we already told it's going to be early 2025, but now we actually have the month. We don't have the official date yet, I don't think, but they said March of 2025.
All right.
So we'll look forward to that.
Just around
And
the corner.
It's true. It's not as far away anymore.
And I saw something about it seems like Kingpin and Daredevil might team up
Oh boy.
to deal with a bigger threat in this.
Yeah, I saw
Love that, by the way.
they said
Yes.
that there's they
Fresh
did,
idea.
They did apparently reveal who the villain was, but it's a villain I've never heard of before. He looks like, I don't know, like some sort of demon or something.
Yeah, I saw something about that. I wasn't familiar with that character.
Yeah. They also showed an exclusive trailer for Captain America Brave New World, but it got leaked. Like, it wasn't supposed to get out, but someone recorded on their phone.
But of course they did. They're
Right,
showing
no.
it in front of the public.
Yeah.
It's not like it was an internal only kind of showing.
Right, but this is what always happens now
Yeah.
at the Comic Cons and stuff. But in the trailer, you actually get to see Harrison Ford as Red Hulk,
Yep.
and he looks great.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw this.
it's crazy.
It looked good.
It's a giant Hulk Harrison Ford.
Giant Harrison Hulk.
It's awesome. And in an interview, I've mentioned this a few times in this podcast, like you have to bring back Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
Like I came up with a scenario where he was like, well, smart dumb Hulk can't beat, Harrison Ford Hulk, so I gotta get rid of the smart version of this Hulk and bring back real Hulk, and he's gotta fight Red Hulk. Well, in an interview with EW, Anthony Mackie said there are multiple Hulks in this movie.
Well, him and the other ones too.
Yeah.
Is that all he means?
Yeah.
Well, of
But
course
I
the
mean,
Hulk's got to be in it, right?
right, but I mean, it's not
Maybe
like that
more
was
Hulks?
confirmed. No.
Oh, Hulk, son of Hulk.
Oh, I hope they just forget
about
about that.
Well, again,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Again, when the Hulk became Smart Hulk, for him to kind of become Dumb Hulk again is like World Breaker Hulk, where like he gets bigger and like stronger, and
Yeah.
So there's got to be something along those lines.
I mean,
that's
Hulk,
what we want.
Hulk has needed redemption
Oh my
since
god!
Infinity War. It's been
Yeah.
6 years.
Right. Got
By
his
the time
ass
this
handed to
comes
him.
out, it'll be 7 years.
Right.
We need great Hulk. Make Hulk great again. That's what we need.
Well, I actually heard something about World Breaker Hulk
You did?
that maybe the theory is they're saving that for Doomsday.
Well, that's what I've been saying that since he didn't get his redemption on Thanos.
Right.
That they saved it because he's going to be the hero that saves them all in the next big, Avengers saga.
Right.
Maybe even Secret Wars or whatever the third one's going to be. You know what I mean? Is like he's the guy.
Sure.
He becomes so all powerful that he kind of defeats the bad guy.
That's
We'll
great
see.
and all, but I don't want to wait that long. Like, I don't want to see another movie with Smart Hulk getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Right.
we've seen that enough now.
It's enough. Like, he was fine for Endgame, but then after that, She-Hulk,
Horrible.
awfulness. There was also a teaser trailer for Fantastic Four, but it's very short. Like, all it really just shows is them, about to go up into space. There's not really much to talk about yet.
They keep saying that this movie's going to take place. They already have their powers and the movie starts. There must be flashbacks because
Yeah.
all the footage shows them kind of
Right.
going up without powers, I think.
Maybe it just all happens really fast,
Yeah, maybe.
But did anyone else see anything from D23 you want to talk about? Because that's all I got.
Yeah, I saw a few things. They were talking about some of their animated shows coming up.
Oh, yes, that's right.
There's going to be another season of What If. Season 3 is going to be the last one.
I still got to watch season 2.
Yes.
Or maybe I do. I don't know.
Same.
There
I
was a
never heard
season 2?
anything about it. Yeah.
Of What If?
It came out last Christmas.
I don't think I watched it.
No. I don't think anyone did.
Me and Matthew usually watch that, but I don't think we did.
Yeah. There's also going to be Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That
Right.
one's coming.
Interesting.
Also,
Yeah.
Marvel Zombies, which
Oh, right. Yeah.
which I was excited about, but we'll see. It sounds like it's going to be a 4-episode thing.
Yeah.
Sounds like it might focus on Shang-Chi and some of those characters.
Dude, the Agatha show is 2 episodes.
What?
It's it.
What?
They're like, this is so bad. All we have is 2 episodes worth of good footage.
2 2-hour episodes?
I doubt it.
2 episodes?
Like, again, no one's going to watch that. No one cares about that anymore.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's bad. I also saw apparently Dwayne Johnson is going to star in a Monster Jam movie.
Yes, I can see that.
Like,
yes.
about a monster truck driver.
I'm going to guess
What?
that he
What
goes
the
up against a monster truck, right? That's how it has to be.
What
Yeah.
the fuck
He's
is
out
this?
there with the monster truck. And
It's going to be him versus the Hulk. Him in the monster truck versus the Hulk.
and he defeats the Hulk.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wild.
Anything else from D23?
I think that's all I had on D23.
Right. Yeah, so The Rock's just going to continue to make shitty movies, I guess. Just shit after shit.
guess.
Until he just has to become a full-time wrestler again. It's going to come full circle.
That'd be great. It was really good this last year.
Yeah. Also, Deadpool and Wolverine officially passed the $1 billion mark at the global box office. It will soon become the highest grossing R-rated film of all time after it passes Joker from 2019, which made $1.07 billion. So it's very close.
Yeah.
And those are the only 2 R-rated movies that have ever reached $1 billion.
Right.
But Deadpool's about to blow it out of the water.
Crazy.
Oh, 2
Did
comic
you-
heroes.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about one of the early ideas they had for the movie involving the Avengers?
Well, I have one thing that I was about to... You mean Robert Downey Jr.?
Different from that.
Okay.
But
go ahead.
I'll let you talk about that first.
So in an interview with Inside Wire, the co-writers, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, revealed that Robert Downey Jr. was asked to make a cameo in the film, but he turned it down. And that's why Wade meets with Happy Hogan instead of Tony Stark. Like they originally wanted him to meet...
Tony to be in that interview?
Yeah. Like, obviously, we all would have loved that, but I think Robert Downey Jr., understands... He's like, if I'm in that movie, it's like the last we saw him, he's dead. Then we're like, oh my God, he's back. It's been 5 years. And then, that's the only scene with Tony Stark. And then the rest of the movie, we're just like, well, what about Tony? Is Tony going to come back?
Right.
Where's Tony?
But now that he's coming back for what seems like at least 2 more movies,
Yeah.
I think you don't do a scene like that.
Right.
To have the build-up better.
Yeah, especially he's returning as a villain.
Yeah, that was
You know?
smart.
So, but what did you have about that?
Mine was one of the early versions of that scene with Happy was apparently it was going to be all of the original Avengers, and it was going to be them rejecting his application to join, and
Yeah.
him just tearing them all down and talking shit about them right to their faces.
Oh my God.
Would have been amazing.
It's good.
Wonder what he would have said about Smart Hulk. You know?
Wow.
So to no one's surprise, the Borderlands video game adaptation bombed in theaters this past weekend.
Oh, boy.
Making just $16.5 million worldwide on a budget of $115 million.
Wow.
8.8 domestic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Woof.
I mean, look, when this trailer came out, everyone thought the same thing. What the fuck is this?
I'm a huge Borderlands fan. I think Borderlands 2 is one of the best games that's ever been made. I was so psyched that they were going to make a movie, and the first time I saw the trailer, oh no.
It's just,
Oh no.
That's the
Kevin
thing.
Hart is
Are you going to
Roland.
watch it when it streams just to see how bad it is?
I will. I'm not going to buy a ticket right now. I'm going to wait till
Yeah.
it streams for free, and I
Right.
will just out of curiosity.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I've heard across the board just dog shit.
Yeah, like Kevin Hart's the video game character. He's this big buff guy, and they cast Kevin Hart, who's like 5'2".
Yeah.
And then Kate Blanchett and Jamie Lee Curtis to play like the main women. It's like, who is this for? It's not for the people that play Borderlands. No, like I know more people than Aaron that love Borderlands because a lot of people do, and they're all like, "What is this?" Like it seems like they're just like. They're trying to insult the Borderlands fan. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like when they came out with the first trailer for Sonic, and we were like, who the fuck is that? That's not Sonic. And they're like, all right, sorry, we'll make him look like Sonic.
Fix it. Yeah.
Like Detective Pikachu. You know what he looks like? He looks like Pikachu. You know what he doesn't look like? Pikachu on crack.
I heard somebody describe the movie as like this is what a Borderlands movie would be if someone who was briefed about what Borderlands
Right.
is for like 90 seconds made a movie.
Like if I
about
wrote
it.
it right now.
Right.
This might be what
If I gave you
I don't
like a
know anything.
60-second rundown and you
Yeah.
just made a movie, yeah.
Right.
On Rotten Tomatoes, Borderlands has an audience score of 50% and a critic score of 9.
9.
It opened with a 0.
Really?
Yeah, like it opened with like the first 20 reviews, nothing.
Wow. Swing and a miss.
And in a recent interview, Jamie Lee Curtis was asked if she knew what phase the MCU was in, and she replied, bad. She has since apologized. But it's like, you want to see bad, watch your movie.
Is Borderlands in the Marvel universe?
No,
So why did they even ask her that?
I don't know.
All right.
They're like, oh, do you ever think you'll be in a Marvel movie? And she's like, oh, well, I don't know. They probably already told her no.
If she knew what phase the I'm not even
yeah,
5.
yeah,
I don't
right.
know.
I don't know, I guess.
And it's like she replied, "Bad. They're in the bad phase." I mean, she's not wrong.
Like, if she hasn't watched any of those films. You know,
Until
Jamie Lee
Deadpool and
Curtis.
Wolverine, she wasn't wrong.
Right, yeah. Also, Netflix announced season 2 of Squid Game will premiere on December 26th.
Oh man, I know what
Merry
I'm doing
Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
They also confirmed that Squid Game will end after 3 seasons. However, there is an American version that's being developed by David Fincher, but it will be an original story. I mean,
Like, not the same games, but it's got to be the same scenario. Ish.
I don't know, but if it's an American version, I don't know why it would. I don't think it's going to be called Squid Game. That doesn't mean anything here. You know?
Hopscotch.
Yeah, it'll be hopscotch, hopscotch.
Maybe it'll be hopsquash.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
You
it'll be-
squash the people.
Right. Hopscotch, a Squid Game
Squid
story.
Game story, yeah.
You know, something like that. I mean, David Fincher is amazing, so
Yeah.
I have faith in him for sure.
Yep.
Also, Deadline reports another John Wick series is in the works. This one's called Under the High Table, and it's set directly after the events of John Wick Chapter 4.
Has anyone watched The Continental?
I have not.
No.
There's only like 3 episodes. It didn't really look very good to me.
Well, when John Wick's not in a John Wick
I mean,
movie.
that's the problem,
When
right?
Spider-Man's not in a Spider-Man movie. When Batman's not in a Batman series.
Yeah.
It kind of loses its luster.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And yeah, I don't think he's going to be in this one either.
Right.
But I mean, the ballerina one, he's going to be in it, right? But it's going to be Ana de Armas as the star. But at least he's going to be in it. That's a movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Also, Max dropped the first trailer for season 2 of The Last of Us.
Really?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Like a week or 2 ago.
Oh, I didn't see it.
We got our first look at Abby, played by Caitlin Dever, as well as Catherine O'Hara's character.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did it
But
look good? Did it
it's-
reveal anything?
It was, I think it was like a teaser. Like it was like a minute. But they did show a glimpse of the part I'm looking forward to the most, having played the second game, and I won't spoil anything for you guys, but like in the video game, it's the best part of the game. It's so fucking exciting, and the game is so scary playing by yourself, but like it was just such a crazy part in the game. I'm so excited to see it in this show. But I don't think they announced a date either. I think we know it's next year.
Yeah, 2025.
But we don't know exactly when yet. But I'm excited. Very excited.
Same.
Catherine O'Hara,
Great
one of the
show.
greats.
Yep. Also, the trailer for Saturday Night, which is about the start of Saturday Night Live,
What this did we know
dropped a
about
few
this?
days ago.
This just came out of nowhere, I feel like.
No, we've talked about this.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
we've talked about it before. Did you see the trailer?
I did.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, anything that they do about SNL, I'm in.
Right.
Like,
It's
I
like,
just
hey,
wanna
remember when it was good? You know, the very beginning.
Well, every time they do a documentary, I'm glued to the TV because it's so
Oh, yeah.
fucking good.
But like the actor that plays Lorne Michaels, like he looks like him, he talks like him, he seems great.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I believe it's supposed to be Chevy Chase, right? The guy that falls down and he's like, "Sorry, I tripped over my penis."
Yeah, I mean, I can see Chevy doing that, right? Like, he's that guy.
Right.
That's why they all hated him.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be like one of the biggest antagonists of this film, right? Like, but no, it looks really good. It comes out in October, so that's also like
Theatrically?
right around the corner. Yeah,
Wow.
I think it's in theaters. Yeah, I believe so.
That'd be
Definitely going to watch this one.
Oh yeah, looking forward to that for sure.
good. Is Lorne producing it? Like, I hope he's staying out of it. So if they shit on him, they know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's obvious they're not shitting on him. This movie is like a suck off.
It's like
of
a love
Lorne
letter
Mike.
for
Yeah,
him.
like
oh, it
Yeah.
is?
I mean, you saw the trailer. It's just like how no one
just a
wanted it to
trailer.
succeed except Lorne, and look what Lorne's gonna go through to make this happen.
Yeah, and they were even kind of like, yeah, like they want you to fail tonight.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it mostly about the first episode?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
That's what the
leading up to
trailer
it?
looks like. Yeah.
That's weird that it doesn't come up. Let's try movies.
Saturday night.
Oh, Saturday Night. Right.
Just Saturday night.
Willem Dafoe. Oh, yeah, he's like a studio exec, right?
Yeah. You're never gonna do it, Spider-Man.
That's right. Oh, Jason
Jason
Reitman,
Reitman,
of
yeah.
course. Yeah, interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's all I got though. so-
Producers, he stayed out of it. Good for him.
Yeah, but one of these that's his like fake name. See, look, the person that doesn't have a photo,
Erica Mills.
Yeah.
That's me.
Lorne Michaels.
That's Lord.
Wow, what else you got, Aaron?
You found me.
Just a couple of quick things. So Channing Tatum is hoping that after Deadpool and Wolverine, that his canceled Gambit movie will finally get made.
Right.
Which I think a lot of people could get behind that.
There's
Absolutely.
no reason not to make that.
Absolutely.
reason.
You're making
I mean,
like you're all these horrible movies like that are, what's the vampire one with Jared Leto and
Oh, Morbius.
Morbius.
and then the Hunter, the
Craven.
and then of the bad Venom
Look, I
movies,
mean, at this point, fuck the MCU. Do the do the Deadpool. Well, it can't be the DCU. DPCU. So that sounds like double penetration, but really
Yeah.
it's Deadpool.
Right.
Like, do the Deadpool cinematic universe. Make a Gambit movie.
Sure.
That would be way better.
His Gambit stuff has gone viral since the movie came out.
That's one of
sounds
my
like everybody
favorite
loves it.
scenes where he's like, it's been a while since I've seen Sling Blade. Hit me again.
Right.
Like, it's such a great line.
Yeah.
Hit me
Who's your
again.
dialect coach? The Minions?
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, we'd all love that for sure. What else?
Apparently, Avengers Doomsday, we're getting little tidbits. It sounds like it's going to feature Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Captain
a lot better.
America, Moon Knight, and She-Hulk.
No, fuck. According to who? According to who? Tell me right now so I can find them.
Tell me you made it up.
I found this on Marvel Updates on Twitter, so
You know she's going to be in it.
we'll see.
No, she's fucking not.
She was a
They
big
know
part
everyone
of the
hated
Avengers
this.
in
They
the
know.
comics.
They know every. Yeah, okay. So was the Wasp. You see her? She was with them for 5 minutes. No, I don't believe that.
All right.
They know everyone hated it. That's why fucking Bob Iger, right? He was like, "Yeah, we're done with this woke bullshit."
He did say
I-
that? Something like that?
I don't know that they're totally done with it. I
They,
mean,
they know everyone hates She-Hulk unless she's just there and fucking like I said the last show. I said she's gonna be in it just so that Iron Man can kill her. He's gonna kill off Doctor Doom. Iron Man's gonna kill off all the heroes we hate.
We'll see.
Starting with She-Hulk. You're welcome.
I mean, I
And we're
would
gonna be
love
like,
this.
face turn, perfect.
I would love this, but I don't know. I'm not that optimistic.
Sure.
Yep.
And the last thing I had, just one little thing I wanted to show you guys. So Doomsday. So this is the logo
Yeah.
because it's green. Dr. Doom's going to be in it.
He's green.
This was the original logo for Secret Wars.
Oh, I think we
Black
talked
and-
about this.
Did you guys talk about this
Yeah,
already?
now it's yellow
and
and,
now it's
Iron Man.
yellow and red. So
Yeah.
why is that?
Yep. Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep. Yep.
Is he gonna fight himself?
Yes.
He has to. He has to. If he's coming back, he has to.
More of me.
That's what everyone wants, really. I mean, to be fair.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Is that it?
That's it.
Do you have? Come on. Do you have anything else, or we have to get to Waterworld? Or you have something, right? You guys have something
I've
else,
got
right?
one more thing. Apparently, Bernthal was training with Tom Jane.
Huh? Wait, a
For-
Punisher multiverse now?
Everything
I'm
else
so hard
is
at this.
Why
Aaron's the
would
only
it
one
be?
that wants that.
That's more.
Jump
that's
on
more
the
Aaron news
bandwagon.
than-
jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah. All right, Waterworld, go.
Explain yourself, Joe.
Come on, this is the biggest movie flop of all time. It goes perfect with the shit movies
Fuck.
that we do for this podcast. It still has its fun moments. I just love how, and you didn't know the scenario and you've never seen it, right?
No.
It's been 20, 30 years since you've seen it, right? Or whatever.
I saw it in theaters. That was the last time I saw
So
it.
that's
29
29 years
years
ago.
Yep.
You know, it's like it's the biggest fear in 1995. That, and you were still talking about it. I think some people still talk about it today, where it's like, what if the polar ice caps melt? We're all fucked. So that's what this movie is the polar ice caps melt and the whole globe is just water.
You know whose favorite movie this is? Al Gore. This is this is what he warned us about.
Yes.
He saw this movie. He was like, "Oh my god, it can happen."
This movie's real.
So I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm not telling anything that people haven't already said, but it's obvious the pitch for this was Mad Max in the water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
That's all this was.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny. I read on one of the fun facts about the film. It's like, if the polar ice caps melted, like it would raise it like a few feet, where like
Right.
a lot of cities would be, you put 5 feet of water in New Orleans, it's underwater. Houston, underwater. You know what I mean? So sure. But it's like 5 feet, like 5 to 10 feet of water. So it's like, yeah.
Not thousands of.
Not whatever they did. Hundreds of feet over 1,000 years ago, whatever. Mutations happen in 300 years in this movie?
Oh yeah. I mean, shit.
Watch out now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So the first shot of this film is Kevin Costner's ass. Yep, you're welcome, ladies.
Taking a piss.
And he has a machine that turns his piss into water.
Question.
Yeah.
If it could turn piss in the water, why can't it turn salt water into
I guess
drinking water?
he probably
Too many
tried.
questions, Joe.
Too many questions.
Too many questions.
He was like, he sipped. He's like, nope, it's still salty. You know.
Yep.
So Costner lives off of piss and limes,
Yes.
and he doesn't have a name.
yeah.
He's the nameless man.
He's the Submariner.
Yeah, he's the
No,
Submariner.
I'm sorry. They're calling him the Mariner though. When
But they
do
don't
it.
ever say that.
Yeah.
They say Mariner.
They said Mariner, I think, twice.
but they also say even the little girl says he has no name.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Maybe they didn't say it. I thought they said it once or twice.
Maybe they did, but she made a point that he doesn't have a name. Like obviously that's just what they call him.
Right.
You know. He does pointless somersaults for no reason.
That's great.
Then the guy that stole his limes, like his accent was so thick, I still needed subtitles, even when he switched to English. I feel like that was a lot of this movie. I couldn't understand what people were saying.
Here's what I don't understand. They act like trade is like a thing that happens.
Yeah.
This guy fucks him over. He goes to that village, they fuck him over.
Everyone.
The guy later on, who he tries to barter with, fucks him over.
Right.
Hey, stop trading. Are you an idiot? What's going on?
Don't
over
you have
here?
enough piss and limes?
Plus, you can go get dirt. You can just trade that. Like, you can just use that.
Oh,
Two
God.
things that happen with every time in this movie.
Can't find water bottles down there?
Nothing's free in Waterworld,
Everybody
Joe.
betrays everybody, and
Yeah.
everything explodes.
Everything explodes.
Everything explodes.
Everything in the movie's on fire.
Right. Yeah.
Basically.
You know, it's funny. Aaron said...
Where's Michael Bay?
Aaron, you said something interesting when we started watching this movie. It was like this movie feels like it was supposed to be more campy and fun than what it was, but yet they hired Kevin Costner and Dennis Hopper, these two serious actors that don't really do campy.
Yeah,
Especially Costner.
Never.
Like they're saying all their lines super seriously when it's like, but these are like joke lines that we're supposed to laugh at.
Like Andrew was saying, if they had taken more of like a Demolition Man tone with this,
Oh my God. It
amazing.
would have been great. You're right.
But like a Nicolas Cage on coke, like as in the Kevin Costner role, like
Yes.
there's nothing free in Waterworld.
Well, come on, that's a cheat code. That's every movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Or
every movie
even
fucking
Arnold would have understood it better.
Sure.
You know?
Those are my crayons.
You stole my lines.
They made him so unlikable early.
Yeah.
Like he redeems himself because she's my friend. It's such a dumb line. Why are you here? Because she's my friend.
Yeah.
You're best friends with like an 8-year-old?
Didn't you try to
weird.
murder them yesterday?
Yes. Right. That's right.
Now you love them?
Like
but he's
even,
just so unlikable. It's weird.
like
Yeah.
even 40% of the way into the movie, he's still a piece of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, you want to fuck this chick for some paper? Sounds good.
That's where they got like in the Mad Max, you know, the remake they made or whatever with Tom Hardy. Like he's a badass. He's not a, you know, like he's not the nicest guy, but he's still like, you know, yeah, I'm gonna save these women. You know, like it's not just like, yeah, fuck, I hate them too. Let me throw them overboard. You know,
Right.
like yeah, it's crazy.
Speaking of women, what an example of a 90s movie where women are helpless idiots and the men have to come in and fix everything and solve
Oh
the
my
problems.
God. They made her an absolute moron.
Yeah.
All she does is
idiots.
fuck him over the entire film.
I mean, to be fair,
You're
that's,
like, I'd kick her over too.
to be fair, that's the 90s, that's the 80s, that's the 70s,
Yes.
60s. You know, it's until recently where they're not complete idiots.
Yeah.
In film. I mean, you go back to like the 50s where in romantic comedies back then, the man would just, they hate each other, right? The man and woman hate each other. And then he just smacks her around until she loves him.
That's
There's
it.
so many movies back there. It was
That's
like,
it.
and she goes, Henry, oh!
Just whoosh, get a hold of yourself.
It's one of the most famous movies ever. One of them where he just basically rapes her until she falls in love with him. Like he just grabs
Gone
her.
with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind, right? It's one of those.
Is it really?
Where he grabs her and takes her to bed, and she's like, no. It's like, yeah, they fucked. He raped her.
There's a famous.
She's like, I love you now, I guess.
There's
I
a
guess
famous,
I have to.
Right. There's a famous old timey clip that comes up a few times on social media where it's black and white. The husband's spanking the shit out of his wife.
Yeah.
And then the kid goes, "But mommy, daddy's spanking you because he loves you." And they
Right.
cut to her and she's like, this is so wrong. Oh my God. True.
Yeah, my college professor showed us this old movie once where, like, it was about fighter pilots, and one of them died, and so all the fighter pilots are acting as if nothing's wrong because that's how they cope.
Yeah.
And yet the one woman's there, like, but what about Joe? He's dead. And then he's just like, what the hell's the matter with you? He's just violently shaking her, and then he's like, oh, you're just a stupid broad. That's okay, you dumb broad. And then she's like, oh, I guess I love you now. All right, let's get married.
Let's get married.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh, it's so good.
I do love how
Like His Girl Friday and all those type of like old black and white movies. Like, get out of here, girl. You're being dumb to me right now. Go home and cook something for me.
right? Yeah,
I'm going to give you a fresh one if you don't leave right now.
yeah. I do love how Costner aggressively steers his boat. That did make me laugh.
Yeah.
Like just like I don't know.
It's awesome.
You just imagine like a kid on the fucking
Hot Wheels.
yeah, like Hot Wheels,
Or
just
not
like,
Hot Wheels. Big Wheel.
big wheels. Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to turn it a little bit, and he like jumps out on a rope and swings around the side of the boat.
Oh, there's so much unnecessary swinging.
So
There's a
many-
couple of
just walked
times
there.
there. There's a couple of times you wanted to sing in your head. Dun, 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 dun.
There were a
It
couple
had that kind of
times-
like feel.
There's a couple times where I wish I was watching Back to the Future.
A few times.
Yeah. So Costa shows up to trade. He takes out his jar and he reveals that he has dirt.
Holy fuck.
And then one guy pretty much he pretty much looks into the camera and is like, dirt. In case you're too stupid to figure that out for yourself.
It's dirt.
It's dirt.
And the
Thanks.
guy's like,
Open the fucking gates now.
yeah.
Open the gates. He's got dirt.
Uh-huh.
I feel like maybe there was a test audience full of Joshes, and they were like, "What is it?"
Right.
I don't know what it is.
If Josh was here right now, he'd be like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was.
and it's weird. He goes in this village and he sells some dirt for 62 shekels.
Shits.
Shit.
It was like shits. There was nothing after the S.
Yeah.
It was like 62 shits.
Shits. And
He was
goes-
like, I want double shits.
And was when he went to the bar to meet Janine Triplehorn, was
Yeah.
it water or vodka shots? It was just shots of water.
I guess.
Give me another water, please.
Right.
Hurry,
If
make it snappy.
only he had that accent.
And then
That would have made it so much better.
then he buys a bunch of supplies with all the shits that he has, and he puts them on the boat. And
He
then
sages shits
And then a
for
couple's
the-
like, here, fuck our 12-year-old daughter.
Oh,
we need
yeah.
your seed.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And he's like, any man that won't fuck a girl that's been in the seed must be
There's
must
so-
be a criminal.
That's
Arrest
not-
that man. You're
That's
like,
not
wait,
the
what?
only evidence
happened?
that Costner's a gay guy in this movie.
Right.
But yeah, I guess that's that's their way of telling us that he's a good guy because he won't fuck a child.
I guess, but like,
But he'll kill a child.
was so
Later we
young.
find out he wants to kill a child.
she was so young.
Yeah.
It was like a little weirdly young. I get it. It's a
I mean, I think that was the
world.
point, right?
And then he gets in the boat, and then they just see gills. Like, he's got gills.
Yeah.
Shoot him.
Right.
He's a gay.
I wasn't expecting
It's
that.
a world of water. Are they just jealous? Like, I'd love, if I was in a water world, I'd love to have gills. Go get me some dirt, trade it for some shits.
Now you should want him to fuck your daughter even more.
Correct.
You know?
Give me them gills.
Right. I wasn't expecting mutants to be in this film.
No, and
That's
they
for sure.
said he's a mutant.
And he's the only one.
Yeah.
The only one we see. Web toes on what looks like baby feet in one close up.
Weird.
And way too many shots of his feet in this movie. Like, please, just for the record, we got to put that out there.
That's enough.
Gills and web toes. What does his cock look like? That's what I want to know.
By the way, the mutant thing, like when they see him, they're freaking out. There's not that many people left.
No.
Like at this point, aren't mutants with gills, aren't they just like Hispanics? Like, is it really? I mean, is it really that? It's just different people at this point,
Yeah,
right?
right.
How many people are on Earth?
Like if a fish.
200?
Yeah.
Aaron can only say that because he's kind of Hispanic.
Last
Yeah.
name's Rosa. No, like if like a fish jumped out of the water and was like, "Hey, give me some shekels, please." I wouldn't be shocked. The whole world's water.
Yeah.
They know too much about a world that has no records, no internet.
Right.
They know everything. Well, we want to find dry land. How do you know what dry land is if no one? It's a myth.
Well, the
They
other
talk
funny
about books, paper. How do you know what paper is?
That's the funny thing. It's been what, 300 years? They said
They said a few hundred
Hundreds.
years.
a few hundred years.
Three to
that's,
400.
That's three. Okay, and I mean they all came from other people.
Yeah.
So like you would think that would just kind of go up. It's like there used to be land, and you tell your generation, you tell your kids, they tell
Yeah,
their
I guess.
kids, and-
Right.
But everyone's like bullshit.
Yeah.
There's no fucking land here,
Right.
and there never was.
But like the paper doesn't exist. When the guy had paper,
Yeah.
he traded it.
Right.
So they you know how like think of like 300 years ago in the 1700s, right? We know things because of books, not because this guy told this guy told this guy, and now I'm alive, right?
Sure.
So it's like without paper, they shouldn't know what anything is. She's like, you had those beautiful glass jars. How do you know what glass is? Like, how do you know what anything is? You know what I mean? It's just kind of weird. Where like they're all. It's almost like this just happened 50 years ago.
That's what it
they
feels
act
like.
Yes.
That's what it feels
They act like this
Yes.
whole thing just happened.
Yes.
Yeah. And Costner was from another planet that
Yeah.
crashed
Yes.
onto Earth.
Right.
All right, so Dennis Hopper shows up.
Hey.
We got a plane with the water skis.
Where were the ramps from?
the boat? Like
boat
one of
dropped
their
off the
other
ramps?
boats, like
Was a
had a
ramp.
ramp that
Oh.
went. Choo-choo.
Yeah. And then they have jet skis. So once you show up, first of all, you're like, oh, how are they going to get over the wall? Then you see a plane and you're
Yeah,
like,
a plane.
they have a plane. Why not just drop 100 guys off on the plane?
No.
Then all of a sudden you see
Four guys on skis.
Then you see 4 guys on skis go over the wall. Jet skis go over the wall.
Yeah.
Then one guy in his jet ski goes, you can just go under it. You just go, and he goes under the wall. Like, wait a minute. There's several ways to get, like, why would they think they're protected when anybody in a jet ski can just go under the wall?
Yeah.
It just didn't make any sense.
No. We got Mr. Noodle from Elmo's World in this movie. aka the Mr. Noodle. He was in the Green Mile, kind of the crazy guy from Green Mile. He flies away in his hot air balloon that was so fucking crazy and random, but I guess it had to happen for what comes later.
Yeah.
And then we see Costner swimming super fast like a dolphin.
Yes.
Like, if only we had webbed feet, then we could swim like a dolphin like Kevin Costner.
It goes very, very fast.
And then to Aaron's point earlier, anytime a boat lightly touches the wall, huge, massive explosions.
It's almost like a joke. Like you see it just kind of roll up and tap it.
It's like they
Every
made
one of
this
them.
as a joke for Michael Bay, like a Michael Bay parody.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No, it's like except planes, but we'll talk
Except
about that
planes.
later.
It's like exclusively jet skis. Like the jet skis all explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Hopper's boat blows up, so he's in blackface after that.
Yeah.
So that's another. You can't make this movie today.
He goes later, cuz, and he jumps off his boat
But like
as it's exploding.
it's exploding.
It's exploding as he
Like
jumps
you don't
off.
really see him jump off. You
But
just
he
kind of see
becomes-
him about to jump off.
He becomes Two-Face because this side of his face explodes, and this side is perfectly fine, but he's fine.
Well, I even
Yes.
joke because obviously I know Dennis Hopper's not dying the first 30 minutes, but I was
Right.
like, what is he gonna have like when in Looney Tunes when an Acme bomb explodes in your face and his
Yeah.
face just gonna be black?
Coyote's just like,
Yep,
Yup, it was.
That's exactly
he's
what they did.
blackface.
Exactly.
And then he's like, we gotta keep an eye out, and then we see that he has an eye out.
Yeah.
But again, he doesn't say it in like a fun way. He's just like, we got to keep an eye out. Takes off his eye patch. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, man.
So the woman, what's her fucking name? Helen in this movie?
It is Helen.
Helen?
Yeah.
She tries to seduce Costner
Yeah.
so that he won't kill her pseudo daughter.
Yeah.
But he's like, pass, knocks her out instead. He's like, pass.
Yes.
Go to sleep.
Now, was that her or not, Aaron?
No, it was not her.
Was it
Was
like,
that her body for real, that actress?
under the thing? Probably not.
So she did nudity before this movie. She does nudity after this movie. But in this movie, she demanded a body double.
Yeah.
And they sent 3 finalists to her dressing room and they all took off their robes and showed her their ass. And she's like, that's the ass I want to be my ass.
You always know anytime it's a back shot of someone
yeah.
naked, you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like that's
Sure.
why they have to do that. But yeah.
Yep.
So he just knocks her out. He's like, nope, don't want you. And the little girl was very annoying to Costner. She's like, you're not tough. You're an asshole. And
Yep.
he's like, whatever. Your insults can't hurt me. And then she's like, your hair sucks. He's like, I'll fucking kill you. I'll fucking kill you, bitch. He throws her overboard.
Throws
Yeah.
her off the fucking boat immediately.
You'd be cute if you cut your hair or something like that.
Like your fucking hair. He's
like,
like,
kick
what?
Kick the baby.
And also the little girl in a world of water.
Yes.
The little girl doesn't swim.
They don't teach the children how to swim.
She can't swim.
You would think it's the first before walking.
Yeah.
Swimming is more important.
She was probably born in the water.
That's right.
Like,
She probably
doesn't
pork
know
fish.
how to swim.
Doesn't know how to swim, but then knew how to swim because she would have immediately drowned.
Yeah.
If she didn't know how to swim.
She learned the first lesson, tread water. But she didn't, she remembered, she only took one lesson.
First thing they teach you in lifeguard school, drowning is not a big, giant visual thing.
Right.
You like immediately go underwater and pretty much sink.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's perfectly fine treading water.
Right. But, the mother goes in, saves her, and they're okay. But, then they get attacked by Jack Black on a plane. So what are you going to do?
Right.
Jack Black, before he was famous,
Rock.
like even like a couple years before Cable Guy, where he has a bigger role.
And he's
but
actually on here somewhere.
he is.
Yeah.
He's a pilot. He flies in.
Skadoosh.
Yeah.
Skadoosh pilot.
Like
oh,
they
there
just
is.
need to put in one of his songs as he like, it's the pack of destiny.
Digitally remaster it. Yeah, for
This
sure.
scene is very weird.
Yeah.
He flies up. They're like, oh shit, we're fucked. The woman, Helen, shoots the plane with a spear gun.
Well, he's getting like a handheld spear gun ready to go.
Yeah.
And she just again, dumb move.
Right.
What an idiot.
What an
Shoots the
idiot.
spear gun. What do you think's gonna happen when it locks in?
Yeah.
Although she kind of saved them because she killed the guy shooting them.
Right.
So that was good.
So she does that, and then Jack Black just flies away, and Costner cuts off some of their hair, cuts off Helen and the little girl's hair
Yeah.
in anger.
What an asshole.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
because he's mad at them.
She looks so much better with hair, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah. Also, paper is so special in Waterworld that Kevin Costner becomes a sex trafficker for it.
Yes, that's right.
You know?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Not
Just to
for
read.
dirt.
He's reading. You have access to the entire city below. Just go grab some books, bro.
I just want to read a story.
It's hot as
Oh,
fuck.
it's
Just
in
keep
it's
it
in
up.
Chinese. Fuck this asshole. I think that was it. He couldn't read it, so he changes his mind.
So he wanted to kill her. He's about to cut her hair. Then he gets all territorial with the woman.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, fuck this. This reading is bullshit.
Not to mention the raper wanted to have sex with the little girl.
Oh my god.
Costner was like, too far. I
Yeah.
only prostitute adult women.
That's right.
But then he's too creepy, and Costner's like, I can't read this shit, so fuck you, and he kills him.
That's
They do this like little thing where the rapist comes out first to like try to make you think, oh really, Kevin Costner died an hour into this fucking movie?
Right.
Yeah, sure he didn't.
But then his back has a hole in it.
Right, yeah. And then they get hungry, so Costner dives into the water, gets eaten by a giant fish, and then shoots
Giant
it,
monster
and then
fake fish.
and then they're just eating it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, you're hungry? Okay, let me go get eaten by a fish.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
You know what? It was because
Fish sticks.
those papers he was reading was the Bible, and he was reading the story about the guy that got swallowed by the fish.
There it is.
There it is.
How exactly did he kill that thing? It's like this huge sea monster.
Did he blow up a
He had a
grenade
gun
or something?
I thought he had a gun and shot.
Shot it from the inside?
Yeah.
Is that what he had? Okay.
They did a bad job showing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, seeing some of the CGI we see later, yeah, we can,
Right.
sure.
like you barely see that fish to begin with. So they have some food. Costner went from wanting to kill the woman and child to loving them very quickly.
Yeah.
He's teaching the little girl how to swim.
Yeah.
But then Dennis Hopper shows up in his Weekend at Bernie's boat.
Oh, right.
With all the dead people pretending
Oh my god.
to wave.
They're all, yeah. That was great. They're all hung and waving. And what kind of boat was that? Like before they got there? Just a little circle boat?
Yeah.
What was that? It was
I
weird.
guess.
It was just
He's like,
a
we
little
need
floating
repairs.
thing, yeah.
What is this little circle boat going to do to
Right.
help you with shit?
Yeah.
But then Hopper shoots Costner in the stomach. But he's like, it's just gills. What I have more gills. I have ear gills.
Well,
by
they
the-
notice it, so they turn around, they start to book.
Yeah.
Then they do this net thing. We just got to run to one side and lift the boat up.
Yeah, yes.
avoid-
right. Where
to
he's
get
over the
then he
net.
let me
lifts the
show
other-
you this cool fucking move.
Yeah.
And yeah.
He's holding on for dear life.
We're like, oh, you do CrossFit?
Right.
Kevin Costner in Waterworld? That's cool.
So, they get 5 minutes down the water.
Yes.
And they're like, all right, we're good.
Yeah.
Anchor down.
Let's go for a swim.
Anchor down.
Let's go for a swim. And I guess he just really wanted to convince her. She was like,
Well-
I don't believe you. And he's like, fine, I'll take you to the bottom.
Okay, several things. One, he gave her enough air for maybe 5 minutes. They were
Yeah.
down there for probably an hour. Number two, you should have showed him scooping dirt. Like if you're going all the way down there, you might as well get some dirt that
Right.
you can trade later
Right.
on. He didn't even do that. He's like, look, dirt.
Look.
All right, when you fucking came down here,
You happy?
bitch.
Bitch.
Look, there's the Titanic. See that? You see the Titanic? You see that other really small sub right there? Yeah. That was later. That was much later.
That was later.
It was like 100 years later. They wanted to check it out. I
I didn't
told
even
them
get
not
her
to.
anything. Yeah, it's weird.
So yeah, he just takes her down there. It was really just to show us, like, oh yeah, like we get it.
We already
We
told.
understand what the movie is.
We knew what it
We
was.
knew.
Yeah.
So then Costner and the woman make out underwater while Hopper's men shoot at them.
You fast
Hopper
forwarded.
shows back. He comes back.
Yeah, he comes back and
They
they're-
take the girl.
Yep.
They dive in the water. They're 5 feet underwater, and he's like, "I'll breathe for you."
Yeah.
And he just breathes for her. They're 5 feet underwater, and the bullets are just shooting at them. And Hopper's like, "All right, let's get out of
He
here."
pumped her full of carbon dioxide. I'm not sure how she could breathe. We breathe oxygen.
Yeah,
You can't just blow in someone's mouth and they're fine. Nope.
he's Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Unless he was breathing. You should have showed the gills going like this. Like, oh, okay, I get it.
He probably gets the oxygen in through his cock. And
Yeah, that's
how
what I
he
said.
gets
He put it in and she's like, so they, like an hour later, they come back up.
Yes, I guess.
After making out and having sex in the water. Fish sex.
Yeah, Hopper takes the girl, and this makes Helen extremely horny. She's like, "Finally, the kid's gone. Now we can fuck."
Fuck.
And now that the boat's destroyed,
She literally
Take
goes from
me.
like, "What about the girl? Oh, let's have sex."
Let us fuck.
She's like, "Why didn't you fuck me earlier?" And he's like, Because you didn't want to. you want it. And she's like, but I want it. And he's like, okay.
This is a guy that was ready to murder a child.
Yeah.
You
didn't want me.
And then Mr. Noodle shows up with his balloon. I'm like, we have to see this guy again?
In one of the most happy coincidences in cinema history.
Like, he just makes...
Well, they're about to die, and he's like, oh, hey, here I am. Hey.
Well, first of all, she's like, are we going to die? And he should have been like, well, you are,
Yeah.
but I'm a fish.
Right.
I'm
just
a
gonna go.
fish man.
I have a whole family down there.
I can just live.
I married a fish. I got
I'm
some
good.
guppies.
I'll find food.
I'll start swimming. I'll be 10 miles in 5 seconds.
That's right. He's Aquaman.
See
He's
ya, bitch.
basically Aquaman.
I'm out, bitch.
But fucking Mr. Noodle just makes you feel like you're watching an entirely different movie.
I know.
Every time he shows up with his fucking hot air balloon.
Yeah.
It's just, it's like the writer. It's
this
like
Wizard of Oz? What's
It's
happening?
like they wrote themselves into a corner and they were like, how do they get out of here? Hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon. Also,
Classic.
The music in this movie for a post-apocalyptic nightmare world. The music is so like upbeat adventure movie.
Yeah, it's like Indiana Jones, but
It's like
that's
National
not what
Treasure
this
music
is.
or something.
Right.
Right. So Dennis Hopper holds a Trump rally, promising dry land. He's like, we're gonna have the driest land you ever see.
Who
It's
wants
gonna be-"
cigarettes? I got
He
cigarettes.
says that the whole movie's giving cigarettes.
How do they have that? It's been hundreds of years. You don't have a cigarette factory.
They're clearly making
How are they
cigarettes.
making cigarettes?
Yeah.
From what?
Their
Tobacco
menu.
leaves?
That's what that old man's doing down in the oil reserve. He's making cigarettes and throwing them up.
Why do you think they trade everything for shits?
Yeah.
They turn them into the cigarettes.
Cigarettes. There you go.
Shits into cigs.
Yeah.
We're gonna have the biggest dry land. It's gonna be huge. Best dry land.
They go, he's like, hey, everyone.
Yeah.
Like, you promised us dry land, you fuck. He's
Yeah.
like, well, I found this girl,
Yeah.
and here she is.
Right.
And there's a picture of a map. That's just a globe.
Right.
Well, it's a picture of something. Okay? I promise we're going to go. And then they all get fired up and go jump down.
They're like, we want John. He's like, Sleepy John cannot help you. Sleepy John, he took over for a few years, but I'm back.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, my God. And they go, heave ho. And like, where are we going? And Hopper's like, I have no idea.
yeah.
Like, we have a map that we finally found the girl with a map. And he has no idea how it looks like.
No.
The big reveal later. Oh,
You
she's
didn't
upside
need the
down.
map. Yeah.
She's upside down. What? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So Costner sneaks onto Hopper's ship and he drives a jet ski right into a bad guy. That was hilarious.
Yes.
I was like, finally. This is at least where the movie starts to get fun.
Yeah.
Like stuff happens.
Explosions.
Hopper then tells Costner, he goes, I thought you were stupid, friend, but I was wrong. You're a total freaking retard. I was like, oh my God.
90s.
I'm like, he won't say fuck, but he'll say retard.
Yes.
You're a total freaking.
And they all have guns. Just shoot him. And they kind of like, all right, one guy shoot him, kind of. We're going to take off.
Yeah.
They don't really care.
No. The kid also won't stop talking shit, so Hopper punches her. I was like, finally. I was on Hopper's side. The whole time she's like, he'll come for me, and you're stupid, and you suck, and you're a bitch. And it's just like, yeah, they should have slapped her earlier.
Yeah.
Then Costner just, he drops a flare in the oil reserve.
First, he's like, I'm going to do it.
Hopper's like, you won't do it. He's like, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
He drops a flare in the oil reserve.
Best line of the movie.
Best part of the movie.
Line of the movie.
The old man that lives down there, he just says, oh, thank God.
It blows up. So how does all that oil blow up? Two little jet skis have this much oil in them.
Yeah.
They explode when they just touch tips.
Yes.
He drops this in the boat, and it kind of just creates some fire.
Right.
It doesn't explode.
Yeah, there was still 4 feet of oil left
Yeah.
in that giant tank.
Right.
Insane. They also built up that blonde bad guy from the beginning of the film. He's the
Yes.
first, really one of the first bad guys you see.
Yep.
And you think he's going to have this epic fight because obviously he's Hopper's #1 big buff. Every Arnold movie, there's a big buff guy that Arnold's got to fight. And you're like, all right, here it comes.
Here's the top
And
lieutenant.
then he's just like, click. Gun doesn't work. Bam, you're dead.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like, what?
No, not even a funny line.
No.
Hasta la vista, baby. Boom.
Like, you built this guy up for 2 fucking hours.
Yep.
Just to go out like a bitch.
Yep.
So then Costner and the girl, they escape. They get pulled up into the hot air balloon by a rope. And it's just Helen and another guy pulling them up.
That gay guy, yeah.
But
I'm assuming.
why is he gay?
He saved Kevin Costner for no reason. We can't kill this man.
Oh, right.
He's hexy. You good, bro?
Yeah. But Hopper tries to go with them, but the woman throws something at him and they kick him and he falls. But then from the water, hundreds of feet away, Hopper shoots the balloon and this causes the girl to fall out.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she falls back into the water, probably at a height that would have killed her at this point.
Yeah.
So Costner ties a bungee cord
Thank God they had one.
around his leg, yeah. And
He's like, tie this off and then take the jumps. That's awesome.
and he fucking bungees, grabs the girl, and then they go back up, and the jet skis crash into Dennis Hopper, and they all explode
Explode.
instantly.
Like a cruise ship exploded. And then when you bungee up, are you good?
No,
What happens then?
you fall back.
You fall back down
Into the fire.
into
There's
the
a
fire.
horrible CGI shot of Costner and the girl, like going right into camera, like oh, with the fire behind them, and then like falling back into the fire.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But they're fine.
It's
fine.
You're good.
Not even a little
You're
burn.
good.
No.
Yep.
So they're all in the hot air balloon, and
Taking naps.
everyone's sleeping
15-minute
except,
montage. Of,
except for Costner.
yeah, of course.
And what does Costner do?
It's being a little rapey.
So he wants to give the girl some water. He could just pour it in her mouth or on her lips. He puts the water on his hands,
On his fingers.
on his two fingers, and just wipes her mouth with his oily, dirty man fingers.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then later he's like, hey Helen, you want some water? And he poured it on his dick.
It's like,
He's like, here you go.
Come get it.
Drink it off my dick.
Come get it.
Drink it off my weird fish cock.
Fish cock. Oh, man.
Then a bird lands on their balloon.
Yeah, I thought he was going to eat it. Give me that bird.
And Costner sees land.
Tired of fish.
Did they ever use the map to find it? Like, did they ever make a point to say, like,
Yes, they go,
did?
she was upside down.
Yeah.
And he goes, the dry land is that way.
but what's the map? It's just an arrow on her back?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
No.
It's an arrow with like some Japanese symbols, I think, or
Yeah,
something.
it's weird. Yeah,
Okay.
It made no sense. With a big mountain on the other side.
So, okay, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
They find land. We're like, okay, obviously it has to just be a mountain.
Yeah.
It has to be a
the
mountain.
tip of a mountain.
Yet this mountain has a beach
A beach.
with sand.
That would make sense if the water level went high on the
I mean,
mountain.
after
you'd have a
hundreds
beach.
of years, it would have broken
No?
the rocks down into sand, I guess.
Okay.
Question mark?
I'm not a geologist.
That's
but maybe.
Thousands of years, maybe?
maybe.
Not certainly
million
not.
years?
a
I'm trying to
couple
offer an
hundred.
explanation here.
Certainly not
No
a couple
idea.
hundred.
No
I don't
idea.
think so.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, I was like, I
Also, how is
but it
there-
also looks like the mountain stops there.
Yes.
Like when that's my point. When they show the beach, that's the beginning of the mountain.
Yes.
That makes no sense.
It's like
That's what makes no sense. The water just stops here, runs out. It's not a flat Earth. Were they trying to say something else with this movie?
Maybe.
also, where's the freshwater waterfall coming from?
Yeah, where's the
Yeah.
source of that?
What is this?
Yeah, that's true. Makes no sense.
Doesn't make much sense. Everyone's happy on land. One of my favorite parts of this whole movie is Helen. Like, a few of them walk in and they see the dead girl's parents, their
the
skeleton
girl's
remains.
dead parents?
Yeah.
The dead girl's parents?
The girl's dead,
Dead
parents.
parents,
And they're like, oh, that's them. And then Helen walks in and she walks in like this.
Oh.
Like, she just loves this place so much.
Yeah.
And the little girl's like, I'm home. And then we're like, why did they send her away?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, they sent her away because they knew they were going to die. Isn't she better off on land than in a water world?
Isn't alone with food and water better than with rapists and marauders
Yes.
on the ocean where there's
course.
no food and water?
And you can't swim.
They sent her off.
Boy.
But if you ever want to come back, we're going to tattoo a fucking map to your back.
Yeah.
With no instruments.
So that the pirates can find it and destroy this place until it's only water everywhere.
And how old was she that she doesn't even really remember it? Was she like 8 months old?
Also,
Tattoo her.
So,
how
boys.
did they send her away?
Rowboat.
Did they made her boat go?
Go.
Go,
See ya.
4-year-old.
So, boys, if we're ever going to die, send your kids into space.
That's right. Oh, yes. 100%.
Were they hoping she was going to turn into Superman?
Yes, she is.
I don't know. So Costner, everyone's happy but Costner. He tells the girl,
He's looking at the dirt. He's like, he looks in the water. Oh, yeah, that's my water. This is dirt. Unlimited supply of water.
But, guys, I can
there's
swim.
water.
super
I
hot
can
woman
swim
that wants
so
to fuck
good.
me.
A hot woman that wants to fuck me. Fresh water. Food. Horses.
It's beautiful here.
I'm going back.
But pirates.
Pirates who fuck me over.
And you know what? There's no limes here. I don't see any limes here. Do you?
I can swim so good, guys.
I can't live without my limes.
The ending makes
I
no sense.
love margaritas, and I just developed this other machine that turns my piss into tequila. So I got limes, I got tequila. I'm good. I'm good to go. So he tells her, "I don't belong on land," and she says, "It's only land sickness."
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah.
She should have said, "But there's water here.
Water.
There's water. Just swim."
His whole thing to survive outside of his pee
Yeah.
is going to places and trading for water.
Yeah.
He's got to swim all the way down to the fucking earth, get dirt, and trade it for water.
There's fresh water here.
There's water here.
Every other
Drinkable
movie,
water.
Every other movie like this, as soon as they see land,
Yeah.
credits.
Credits.
That's it.
That's where it should have ended. On the
Should
hot
have
air balloon,
ended.
you see land. That's it.
The
Correct.
bird.
We can figure out all of this for ourselves.
Yes.
It's so over-explained.
It was 2:10 back then. The movie stopped at 2. Those extra 10 minutes were not needed.
No.
No.
So Coster sails away as the woman and child watch from the top of the mountain.
They run to the top of the mountain and he's
That
just
must have
leaving.
taken a
What?
day, a full day.
It's a day of hiking, and he's barely
Hey,
off the water.
will you wait a whole day so we can go to the top of the mountain and watch you from there?
And he goes, "This is why I'm leaving."
We know.
Stupid request.
See, I know the real reason. He left because he knew she was pregnant.
Oh,
He was
man.
like, ugh, gotta go. I never miss, so I gotta go. Look, I can already
Yeah.
tell. I can't be a father.
I know who was real happy to see him leave. That other dude.
That other
with the
dude.
beard.
Sure.
Oh, you're leaving?
He's like,
Oh no.
yes!
Oh no.
well, now what? So that's it. The movie ends there. You said there's an alternate ending?
Where he tells her, "I've got to go and find the other mutants like me and let them know about this place. They're out there." Or something along those lines.
And this is in the director's cut?
Yeah, there's like a 3-hour director's cut or some shit.
Should we watch the director's cut for next week? Or
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, at least that would have made more sense than
What could the director's cut
I
be?
love swimming.
Just more, like more boring scenes.
He said more character development.
There was none.
There was
none in this whole
there was
movie.
none at all.
There's no plot and there's no character development
Right.
in this whole fucking movie. You got some fun facts for
I
us?
do. It's rumored that Kevin Reynolds was the director and Kevin Costner had a huge squabble over the film, resulting in Reynolds walking off the project and leaving Costner to take over directing
Wow.
and oversee editing. Reynolds was quoted as saying, "Kevin Costner should only star in movies he directs. That way he can work with his favorite actor and favorite director."
Jesus.
That's amazing. Because he directed Coster in the Robin Hood movie before this.
He did. Costner personally invested $22 million of his own money for this film.
Oh, no.
Kevin.
Big mistake.
Here's a name. Josh Whedon flew out to the set to
Holy
do last
shit.
minute rewrites on the script's third act. The smoker's ship thing, and later described it as seven weeks in hell. Saying that he did little more than taking notes from Kevin Costner and trying to work them in the script because nobody listened to his ideas. In the end, he wrote a few puns and a few scenes that I can't even sit through because they came out so bad.
Jesus.
Unbelievable. Filming on the water came with unforeseen problems. Scene taking place inside the $2 million floating atoll set could be filmed just off the coast, but for scenes taking place on open water, it took hours to bring the set and ships at least 2 miles off the coast to get a view that offered 270 degrees of open water, turning the set into a very difficult thing. Limited space. Let's see. Local weather conditions usually deteriorated in the afternoon, so most filming had to be stopped by 3 or 4 p.m. To make matters worse, 30 additional boats used by the cast and crew were needed for lighting, camera, makeup, catering, etc., none of which had bathrooms. Filming had to stop repeatedly so people could be ferried to portable toilets on barges anchored near shore.
Oh my God.
This thing was a fucking mess. And then everyone became seasick all the time. So they found out ginger snaps worked quite well. That's
They actually
weird.
filmed at sea.
Yeah.
Why didn't
Think
they
about
just
all the
make
water
a-
that they saw in the background.
I figured most of that was CGI.
Really? Costume was going through a divorce during this, which Kevin Reynolds felt probably added to his grim and somewhat unsympathetic portrayal of the Mariner. Let's see. Yeah, and just more stuff about the budget that we talked about. Kevin Reynolds asked Steven Spielberg for advice because he made Jaws.
And he said, "Don't."
He said, "Do not shoot in open water." George had a
See?
production that was almost as troubled as Waterworld would be. Due to Spielberg's insistence to shoot on the ocean rather than a water
Yeah,
tank or a
because
lake.
where do you put all the fucking cables?
Yeah. The cast had to be spray tanned before each filming day because the character's supposed to be in sun all day. Filming shut down 3 times due to hurricane alerts. Unbelievable. Yeah, the ice caps would have only raised it a few. It said it only rise a few hundred feet, not enough to flood civilization. But he was like, I don't care. The writer said, yeah, no one's going to care.
This wasn't like a book first. It
No,
seems too
it's-
stupid to be a book first. like if it was a book.
Or it
you-
was good in the book, and then they fucked
That's
it up
true.
in the movie.
All right, ratings. As a legit movie,
You guys go
It's-
first.
like a 3, like a 2 or 3.
That's not bad.
I'll give it a 4 just because there was a few laughs in action movies, the action scenes, I guess.
It's so boring. So much of it is
Very
so boring.
Very boring.
Yeah.
As a
5. I'm going to go 5.
Okay. As a so bad it's good movie, it's
think
probably
it's
a
that.
5 for me.
Yeah, you think it's that high?
Yeah, 5.
Okay.
And as a movie about a water world, I don't think they did a good job.
9. No? All right.
As a
Still
Joe,
a 5?
Joe,
Maybe.
as a Kevin Costner movie.
Oh. I don't know. He's a better actor than this.
It's a 2 as a Kevin Costner.
I think it
movie.
is. You're right.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of his worst.
Field of Dreams.
Oh,
I mean,
we've talked about it.
Tin
Yes.
Cup.
yeah.
Oh, he's made a lot of good ones for sure. Yeah. Like I said, The Love of the Game. I love that movie. Great baseball movie.
I don't think I would recommend this. I think I would just recommend watching just like a 5-minute thing on YouTube that probably has the best scenes
Yeah.
or something, you know?
Yeah.
I thought I'd love it.
I mean,
watching
we
it
had
again,
we had a fun time making fun of it.
Just
but
watch the old
didn't
man
hold up.
exploding and you're pretty good.
Yeah.
That was
It
great.
didn't quite hold up.
That was really the only thing that paid off in this whole fucking movie.
Was what?
Because they showed that old man in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I live down here. Then they went back to him a couple times. They actually set up that whole joke and it worked. It was the only thing that worked.
Right.
The only thing.
And
Like,
he's-
yeah, we understand why he wants to die at the end. He lives down there.
and he lives in darkness.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, hello, good day or night, whatever it is
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's do some fan questions. Let's see what they say. The Big Fulla, not related to Waterworld at all. I just needed some advice, seeing that the 3 of you have kids and Josh is the king of sex. My wife and I had a baby 5 months ago. When does the sex start again? Because, boys, I'm 1 sneeze away from busting.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
5 months, dude? That's a shame.
I mean, it's case by case with everybody.
It's time to have it's time to talk to the wife
Yeah,
if it's 5 months, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say.
Probably don't be confrontational. Just
If it was a
have
natural
the
childbirth, I
conversation.
would say 2-3 weeks. C-section could, I think, be more like 6 weeks to 8 weeks because
Yeah.
of all the
Yeah.
stuff. As far as when they're ready again.
Just look up Eddie Murphy catcher's mitt. You know, remember?
What?
He looks like a catcher's mitt.
Oh yeah,
Rizzler, I get suspended. I get the suspended disbelief and all, but please explain to me how all of the smokers had dirty faces throughout the entire movie. Where the fuck is this endless mud pit they keep rolling in?
I guess. Yeah, because they act like they're from this because all the gas. But
Yeah,
like
the-
I drive in a car every day. I'm not full of.
all the 400-year-old gasoline they seem to keep finding.
Right, that's right.
Buck my ass. Personally, love this movie. Still watch it all the time.
Thank you.
What?
I wouldn't
Thank
go
you.
that far, but thank you.
I think I'll watch this again in 30 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
when
not.
it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Capri, was anyone brave enough to watch Borderlands? No. No.
I will when it's streaming for free.
Okay.
I mean, I never even knew about the game or played it, so I have no interest in seeing it. Except we're going to do it for the show.
Rito, you guys got to do Richard Jewell. Paul Walter Hauser is a powerhouse. I don't know what that means. Oh, Richard Jewell, Paul. Oh, the movie Richard Jewell.
The movie Richard Jewell. I think
Paul Walker Hauser's the guy in that?
I think Clint
What movie
Eastwood
is that?
directed that one.
Richard Jewell is
The
like...
movie's called Richard Jewell.
It's about the bomber, like...
Well-
he was arrested because they thought he was the
Oh,
bomber.
it's that movie.
The guy that was
Gotcha.
falsely accused.
Well, that's
as,
just- I mean,
as
this
being
is-
the bomber.
When did it come out?
I think Clint Eastwood directed
Oh,
it.
it is. It
if
is
I'm not
him.
mistaken.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was him.
When did this come out?
2019.
Why is you bringing this up now, Rita?
Yeah.
You're just talking about a movie you just saw. Yeah, it looks good though.
Yeah, it was
also,
pretty good. I saw it.
Says also, Andrew, I didn't know you were friends with Tom Segura. Aaron, I love you. Aaron does
Thanks.
not look like Tom Segura. That's just because he's bald with a beard. That he's,
if every okay, so I look like Bill Burr. I look like fucking
Yeah. All of them.
Heisenberg.
yeah, you look
I
like
mean-
a young Walter White. I mean, that's more accurate than Tom Segura, I would say.
I guess.
But no, not even that. It
Don't
doesn't-
get me wrong. I love Tom Segura.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mr. Batman's the best. Who had the better trilogy, Iron Man or Captain America? Keep in mind, Cap's movies were mostly mini Avengers movies. It's Cap.
Overall, yeah. 'cause
Iron Man
Civil
1 is
War.
great. Iron Man 2, bleh. Iron Man 3, shit.
Yeah.
Captain America
Yeah.
1, not great.
Decent.
Captain
Decent.
America 2 was good, and Civil War was really good.
Great, yeah.
So
There you go.
Yeah, it's Cap.
that's easy. Pop Culture Junkie, anytime I hear someone mention Waterworld, it reminds me of Jim Carrey's quote in The Cable Guy. Dry land is not a myth. I've seen it. Kevin Costner, Waterworld. I don't know what the big fuss is about. I saw that movie 9 times. It rules. I guess that's something he says in the movie.
Does he?
Yeah,
No.
he must have. Cable Guy was a couple years later. Andy Piccone. Okay, guys, it's been long enough. Time to review Beer Fest.
Oh.
Maybe.
It's hard to review good comedies. 'Cause we'll
Yeah.
just be like, remember this?
Yeah.
Remember this?
Right.
That's what
We're just quoting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I was so excited for us to do Step Brothers, and then it was just us, rehashing the jokes. It's
Yeah.
kind of hard to.
Right.
It's hard to do that.
Yep.
Lil Donnie's Choo Choo Train. Waterworld, finally the greatest movie of all time. P.S. The Waterworld show is the greatest live action show of all time. Tits. There's a show.
There's no show.
Waterworld show.
Maybe they mean like the stunt show. Like I'm sure there was one of those like you joked about. You were watching a stunt show.
Oh yeah, I was like, it feels like we're watching a stunt show at
Oh
Disney
my God,
World.
there is a TV show
Shut up.
for 8
It says that.
years.
Wait, that says documentary. That can't be.
That
but
can't,
for 8 years?
that can't be it.
No, it's not.
No,
there's no one.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't even. Yeah, I have no idea about
Every
that.
year there's an episode. What is this? Maybe he's joking.
Queen Sheba, now you have to do The Postman. Just kidding. What is a movie that was considered a flop that you personally enjoyed? Looking forward to listening to this tomorrow, during my treatment tomorrow.
Flop that I enjoyed. I mean, this was it until now.
What's the Bruce Willis movie that flopped that we like?
Oh,
The comedy.
Hudson Hawk.
Hudson Hawk.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
I do like Hudson Hawk. That's a fun movie. That was a huge flop.
That's a good example.
Yeah.
Was
I love The Last Boy Scout. That was a huge flop. Again, Bruce Willis.
Really? Yeah.
was Big Trouble in Little China a flop?
I think it was like a cult hit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. Like Austin Powers flopped in theaters.
I fell asleep watching it in a theater, by the way.
I think Office Space flopped in theaters.
Hmm.
And I love both of those.
I mean, a lot of great movies were originally flops and then kind of developed cult followings.
Did any of you see The Postman?
Yeah, I saw it.
You did?
It was bad.
Super boring, right?
Just boring.
Yeah.
He delivers. He goes, "Hey, this world is post-apocalyptic, but I need to deliver your mail." I'm not even kidding. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding.
There's a great Simpsons joke where Bart and Lisa are watching, like it's on TV, and he's like, "Oh look, the DVD commentary." And Costner pops on. He's like, "Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry."
For Waterworld or Postman?
Postman.
Oh, Postman.
And
That's
then Lisa says, Poor Kevin Costner. He tries so hard. And he's like, hey, thanks. You're nice for saying that. Are you here? He's like, yeah, I'm behind the screen. And he's like, can you bring me a sandwich, please? No crust.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I've got one on the flops that I liked. R.I.P.D. had Jeff Bridges, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Nobody talks about it, but it was really, really good.
I think most people didn't like it. I never saw it.
I loved
Apparently
it.
Shawshank did horrible at the box office. So there's like your answer for that.
Really?
Yeah. Fight Club didn't do very well either.
Yeah, R.I.P.D. has horrible scores.
I loved R.I.P.D.
It was like Men in Black, but with dead people instead of aliens.
Right.
Yeah. All right. That's all for fan questions. So make sure you subscribe, follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Hollywood Hog Pod. Become a supporter of the show at patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. Again, we just dropped Best Dramatic Actor of All Time bracket. That was a lot of fun. Go check it out. Until then, we'll see you next time.